Hey guys, this is my 1984 Toyota Tercel four-wheel drive wagon. Today I'm going to show you a really cool mod to make the seats recline all the way back. Let's check it out. Now, first things first, I want to talk about what exactly we're doing and what I mean when I say recline the seats all the way back. So this is a sales brochure for a Toyota Sprinter Carib. This is the basically Japanese market version of the Toyota Tercel. The Japanese got a few interesting features in their car that we did not get in the United States. And probably one of my favorite features is this reclining front seat. It allows the passenger to sit in the rear seat while using the front seat as a footrest. So like other Tercel owners, when I first saw that sales brochure, I thought, whoa, that's pretty cool. Does my car do that? So I went out to my car and I reclined the seat all the way back, brought it all the way forward, and that is as far down as the seat will recline. Here's another angle showing the seat reclined as far as it will go down. Certainly nowhere near as far as the Sprinter Carib seat can. Now, rather than just hacking up my seats to try to figure out if I can make them recline that far, first I went to the junkyard and I pulled this frame rail off of another car. This is actually off, I think, an 86 Corolla. And I did some trials on this frame rail to see if I could get this lever to recline back further. And I was able to do that. Now this means that this mod that you're about to see can also work on other models of older Toyotas and perhaps even other cars. I don't know, I've only done it on these, so that's the only thing I can say for sure. Now, to better illustrate what we're doing, I've already done the modification on my passenger seat. You can see how far back it can recline versus the driver's seat, which I have not done the modification on yet. Now, you want to start by taking out the front seat. There are two 14mm bolts holding it in the front, two in the back. Pop it out, set it on a good workspace. Next up, remove the 3 Phillips screws holding on each side plastic trim. You'll have to excuse me if this is really filthy. I have a husky, so there's bound to be a lot of pet hair in there. Oof, yikes. And again, we'll remove the seat trim on this side. We'll have to pull off this little reclining lever, or at least the tab to it. Makes it a whole lot easier. Now there's a little C-clip that holds on your knob here. Pop the C-clip off, pull the knob off, and then with the screws removed, we can slide this off. And again, that is super disgusting. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Okay, so I want to point out that the driver's seat here is a little bit different than the passenger seat. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to remove 4 12mm bolts holding the lower seat cushion to the frame rail. On the driver's seat, the location is here, 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 and another one on the other side. So we're going to pull those off. On the passenger seat, you'll find that it's just 2 on each side, not on the bottom. Okay, so I have the lower seat cushion removed. I want to show you the area that we are going to be zoning in on. So right here we have this sort of cover that is riveted in place. This is a little different on the driver's seat. On the passenger seat, this isn't riveted, this is screwed. So you can actually remove this on the passenger seat pretty easily with just 2 Phillips screws and get it out of the way. Now, since we can't really do that on this, I'm not going to pop those rivets out. I'm going to chisel off a little bit of this so we can access the area that we need to Dremel out. I'll show you what I mean. So this is that piece that I took out of the 1986 Toyota Corolla. This is what I did the whole test mod on before attempting to do it on my Tercel. You can kind of see this cover is identical to what we have in the Toyota Tercel. Now, there's this channel here, which is a semicircle, and then we have this stop here. This is what stops the seat from reclining anymore when it hits the end of this channel. This channel originally stopped more so in here where this cover was. So I did cut out the corner of this cover, and then all we're doing is extending this channel. So your first step is going to be to sort of cut out a portion of this corner. And again, this is only necessary on the driver's seat since it is riveted in place with this cover. And we only have to cut out this corner so we can access the area that we need to Dremel out. Now, I should note, in order to prevent any damage to your fabric, you may want to undo these fabric rings on the underside of the upper seat, and that can help move the fabric out of the way just to prevent any damage to the fabric. Now, with the 5 fabric rings separated, you can see I can peel this fabric back, and it just gives me a little bit more access to get to the area that I want to file down. Now, when I first did the passenger seat, I used a simple diamond bit. I got this in a big pack from Harbor Freight. I actually went through quite a few of these bits from the Dremel in various shapes and sizes, and they all wore out really quickly. And so today, for this one, I'm going to actually try going with a name brand Dremel bit. See if that focuses. So tungsten carbide carving bit. That's what I'm going to use. We'll see if it does any better. Okay, it's Dremel time. Remember guys, protect your eyes. Now, I've used some white acrylic paint here to kind of illustrate all of the metal that we're going to be taking out, extending this reclining channel to let us move the seat back further. Now, one thing to be aware of is that as you're shaving this channel down, there is another piece of metal right in here that you don't want to shave down. Now, I accidentally did shave a little bit of it down, but I stopped myself before it was too late. So when you get to that piece of metal, I want you to bring the seat back up just a little bit more, get it out of the way, and then you can continue to Dremel away. And we just have a little bit more here to go. And for the finishing touches here, I have switched to the diamond bit here, just to sort of clean it up and round everything down and get it nice and smooth. Now this sort of illustrates what the finished product kind of looks like. Again, I did mess up right in here. I shaved down this little tab, which I shouldn't have done. But you can see behind it, I shaved down just that much more. And you can see the portion that we cut out of this cover to access it. So that kind of tells you how much we took off. Probably about 3/4 of an inch. Now, throughout the process, it's okay to go ahead and test it out to see if it's actually working. And you see here, that is that's the recline stop, I guess is what we'll call it. And I need to smooth out my groove because it's binding up here and down there. I don't have enough space for it to travel along my groove. So I do need to just smooth out these edges just a little bit more. And same on this side too. A lot of metal shavings, but you can kind of see it's not looking very pretty, so I've got to do some work. Okay, I used some cleaner to sort of clean things up a bit, and you can see where the little knob there is getting stuck. So I still got to remove some more material along the side, just smooth this up. Now, as you're trimming, you can always do a test fit to see how much more you need to do. So, as you can see, I didn't even bolt it in. I don't have the cushion in. I just placed the seat where it belongs. You can see we are pretty much there. Okay, I've got the seat rail dremeled out as much as we need. Now, if you remember from the photo, the top of the seat actually tucked in under this. Now, I have these seats pushed all the way forward as far as they will go. There may be a solution where I can modify this to push them forward a little bit more, but I'm really not going to do that. I have found some success with undoing the bottom of the back seat here and sort of tucking this under here. You can do that. Otherwise, you can sit in them as they are. Now, a few more notes. Obviously, this modification here is done with the SR5 seats. I assume you can do this mod with any of the Tercel seats. I'm not certain though. It may vary by trim level. Get in here, kick off my shoes, Mr. Rogers style. Oh yeah, this is nice. Maybe I could even drive it Mr. Bean like. What do you guys think? So again, this is what we're looking at with the final product. It's not perfect, as again, without removing the back seat, can't really tuck these under. However, climb in here. Spread out. Pretty nice place to be. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that modification. A few takeaways that just want to share with you. Tungsten carbide Dremel bit, definitely worth it. Doing the driver's seat actually took a lot less time than doing the passenger seat, just because I had the good bit. So definitely think about picking those up. Next, test fit it. I don't have any specifications as far as exactly how much material you need to remove. It's about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, I'd say. But test fit the seat as you go. Don't take out too much material, but be careful when you're using that Dremel, just to make sure you're keeping it as smooth as possible. This is by no means a a perfect modification, but I'm thrilled with the finished product. This is just awesome. Like, I could take a pretty comfortable nap in my car now with as far as this reclines. So give me your thoughts, any suggestions on things that maybe would make this modification easier. Post them in the comments. As far as sharing, I don't need to be YouTube famous, so I don't really care if you share or subscribe or like whatever. Just give me some feedback, and let's keep this Tercel community going strong. So I appreciate all you guys, and best of luck with this modification.